Thank you again, friends. I hope you had a refreshing break. Let us now move to the second technical session of today's seminar. Friends, in the first session, we had the benefit of listening to Advocate K. Gopal on the intricate issues under capital gain. And I am sure each one of us has taken back some very practical insights. Now, in the second session, we are truly privileged to have with us CA Vishnu Kumar Agrawal, a Central Council member of ICAI, and sir needs no introduction. As a CCM, he has been contributing immensely to the profession, and his sessions are always full of clarity, update knowledge, and practical wisdom. Today, he will be enlightening us on analysis of important judgment of Supreme Court, High Court, and ITAT in income tax. उनके लिए बस इतने कहना चाहूंगा कि हालांकि विष्णु जी हमारे बेस्ट फ्रेंड में से वन है कि दोस्ती का रिश्ता और विद्या का साथ। विष्णु जी की बातें लगे जैसे मधुर परिहास, इनकम टैक्स के जजमेंट भी मुस्कुरा दे जब वो अपने अंदाज में इसे हमें समझाते। Now I request our past convener Manish ji to give a formal introduction of our speaker, Central Council member C. Vishnu Agrawal.
Thank you, Convener Kailash ji, for giving me this opportunity to introduce today's speaker, enlightened speaker, CA Vishnu Kumar Agrawal. As sir has already said, he needs no introduction. He is a Central Council member, and we all know him very well. He is a regular speaker at various forums. CA Vishnu Kumar Agrawal, a chartered accountant and a Central Council member for the term 25-29. He is currently serving as a vice chairman of CP committee and direct tax committees at ICAI. He is an active member of key ICAI committees, including standing committee, executive management, and finance committees too. With a vast experience of 20 years or more in the field of survey proceedings, Benami and Black Money Act proceedings, ITAT proceedings, and other income tax litigations. He is a regular speaker at various profound diocese committees and the lectures of study circle, ICAI, etc. And most sought after author for landmark judgment of income taxes, invaluable resource of tax practitioners. He is previously served as Regional Council member from 2010 to 2019 and was the chairman of WIC for 17-18. He is also associated with various social organizations as a commitment to social service, like Lions Club, RVG Alumni, Rajasthan Seva Samiti, etc. His balanced involvement in professional excellence and community service reflects his holistic vision and a leadership quality. With this short introduction, I welcome Vishnu ji to today's gathering and request you to take it with all yours. I now request Seema Mehta and Jayesh Thakkar to come forward to give a small memento as a mark of affection towards the speakers. With this, I request to take over.
Very good morning, respected my very good friend and my brother, CA Kailash Katurkaji, convener of the JB Nagar Study Circle. Friends, myself and Kailashji, we have done CA together in the Diwan's Kuldeep Singh CA Student Hostel Vasai. We lived 3 years together in the hostel. So he's very close to me, and whenever I want any support, he's ready for me, and as well as I am also ready for him. Deputy Convener of the JB Nagar Study Circle, Lalit Bansalji, past conveners, senior in the profession, ladies and gentlemen. First, I thanks to JB Nagar Study Circle to giving me this opportunity to share my views on the topic of the ruling of the Supreme Court, High Court, and the ITAT in the various sector. Friends, before moving to the main topic, I just highlight what our institute is doing and what our central council, the ICI level central council we are doing for the benefit of all the members and the stakeholders and the government at large. Friends, I am a vice chairman. The president has given me responsibility for the vice chairman of the direct tax committee as well as the CP committee. In direct tax committee, friends, we have came out with the revised guidance note under section 44 EAB for benefit of all the members. With the short periods of the 1 month time, we have revised our guidance note and which is hosted on the institute website. And we are also came out with the checklist of the ITR forms, all ITR 127, 1 and 4 checklist we have already released, and the remaining ITRs checklist we are released in the next week. Friends, when new finance bill 2025 came in the month of the Feb, the government has invited the suggestion from the ICI, closed by close suggestion we have given and presented before the select committee. In select committee, there was 32 members of the parliament and myself, the president, vice president, and along with my 4 central council member. We have presented before the select committee, close by close. And friends, when new income tax act 2025 came, more than 95 suggestions they have accepted from the ICI. First time in the history, friends, they have accepted more than 100 suggestions of the ICI in the new income tax act 2025. Friends, our Kailashji was saying that the income tax act is available by the taxman in the rate of 1,500 rupees and 2,000 rupees. Friends, in the only couple of 3 to 4 days, we have also printed from the direct tax committee the new income tax act 2025 competitive with the 1961 income tax act with the rate of the 500 rupees only. You can order, and including the shipping charges, including the courier charges, only rate is the 500 rupees for the income tax act 2025. I thought that why income tax act is published by the so many publications and we are publishing so many books from the ICI level, so why we not print our income tax act 2025 for the benefit of all the members? Friends, in the only 3 to 4 days it is available on the institute website. Friends, again in the CP committee we are also coming out with the real-time CP. The first time CP has came in the year 2002 and now we are in the 2025. So real-time CP means there are 2 sessions. One session is for me and one session for the K Gopal. If any person is attending only one session, he will get credit of one session only. Within the 1 month, we are also coming out with all the mechanism we are going on. Within 1 month, we are coming out with the real-time CP credit. Friends, one more important changes we have done in the directors committee and the council has already passed. Now the provision is if there are any 4 partners in any chartered accountant firm and 240 tax audit in that particular firm, any one partner can sign all 240 tax audit on behalf of the another partner. From 1/4/2026, friends, individual partner will sign each and every audit. Means one partner can sign only 60 audit tax audit report from 1/4/2026. Only this year this relaxation is there. But from next year, only one partner will sign only 60 audit. It means all 4 partners will sign individually 240 audit, 60 audit each or each partner. In UDIN, friends, very important changes we have done this year. यूडीआईएन के अंदर पहले प्रोविजन था कि यदि आपके पास में कोई प्रोप्राइटरशिप फर्म की या पार्टनरशिप फर्म की टैक्स ऑडिट है, वो टैक्स ऑडिट किसी दूसरे चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट ने ले ली, तो आपके पास में कोई ऐसा मैकेनिज्म नहीं है कि हु इज द नेक्स्ट ऑडिटर यू कैन नो। प्राइवेट लिमिटेड कंपनी में आप एमसीए की वेबसाइट पे जाके बैलेंस शीट डाउनलोड कर दोगे कि आपका नेक्स्ट ऑडिटर कौन है, बट प्रोप्राइटरशिप फर्म और पार्टनरशिप फर्म में कोई ऐसा मैकेनिज्म नहीं है कि आपका नेक्स्ट ऑडिटर कौन है। फ्रेंड्स, in the UDI we have asked 4 questions. Number 1, whether you are the first auditor or the previous auditor, new auditor, whether you have taken the NOC from the previous auditor or not, whether the fees has been discharged by the client to the previous auditor or not. So the main problem of the fees we have discharged by the UDIN in this year. Friends, this is the very welcome moment for our all the SME chartered accountant who has done the tax audit and the small audit. Friends, one important change is in the Gandhinagar, in the GIFT city, if any chartered accountant firm want to open their firm there, there is a criteria of the GIFT city that the chartered accountant firm must be the new firm. फर्म यदि आप प्राइवेट लिमिटेड कंपनी खोल रहे हो, प्रोप्राइटरशिप कंपनी खोल रहे हो, कंपनी नई होनी चाहिए. In that regard, our chartered accountant firm cannot open their firm because we have already existing firms. And if we will open our branch there, new branch there, the problem will come on the CMAG, our points will be go down. Friends, the council has decided to solve this problem. We can open our medium branch firm there. Medium branch firm means as it is, if you are the 4 partner in any firm, all 4 partner can open the new firm there and your CADG marks will not be go down. So it is again very welcome moment in the GIFT city if any chartered accountant firm want to open any firm. Friends, as an Indian chartered accountant, when IFRS came, friends, we ICI always give the royalty to the another countries for the IFRS, but now the time has been changed. Our Indian forensic accounting standards, the another countries they are using and they are giving the royalty to the ICI. Friends, so we are now again going to very good moment for introducing our forensic accounting standards, how to do the forensic audit, and another countries are using our forensic standards, and we are not behind in the EI also and in the GCC also. Friends, in the EI also, we are doing very good. Our at ICI level, we have our separate committee, and we are doing good programs in only 1,000, 2,000, or 3,000 rupees. In the same type of the program, if you will take outside with the 9th module, 18th module, friends, it charges 1 lakh rupees, 50,000 rupees, 75,000 rupees for the same program, and we are also in only charging 2,000 or 3,000 rupees for the EI course for 3 days. So I request each one of you, friends, just you join the EI certificate course. The question comes in our mind, whether EI is coming, whether our small chartered accountant firm will lose the work. It always comes when computer came before 20 years, before 25 years, friends. Again, the same question comes in our mind of the chartered accountant, whether we will lose our client or all the work will automatically go to another person. Friends, if our chartered accountant will not lose any work, but the time has come for the specialization. Friends, if I just discuss about the ITAT, today I am discussing about the ITAT, High Court and Supreme Court case laws. How many chartered accountant? We are 40,000 chartered accountant in Mumbai. Out of 40,000 chartered accountant, 20,000 chartered accountant we are in the practice. How many chartered accountant do the practice of the ITAT? Not more than 30 chartered accountant. Less than 30 chartered accountant do the practice of the ITAT. The GST tribunal is coming. More than 6 lakh appeal is pending to file. But how many chartered accountant will do the practice of the GST tribunal in Mumbai? Not more than 25. Next, it is a very good time for the GST practitioner because it is now only 7 years valid. In 2017, 1st July 2017, the GST has been introduced. So many litigations, more than 6 lakh pending appeals are pending. GST tribunal, I request each one of you take the maximum program of our ICI on the GST litigation programs we are doing. How many appeals you want? You want only 100 appeals out of 6 lakh appeal. Otherwise, what will happen? We convince to the advocate, we convince to the another chartered accountant, and that chartered accountant or that advocate will argue your case before the GST tribunal. You will give each and every fact law, and he will only argument with the GST tribunal and income tax tribunal. Friends, lot of opportunities with us, but we want only specialization in each and every era. Friends, now I come to the and most important non-corporate assets balance sheet, friends, financial statement. This year, the non-corporate SEC financial is the mandatory in the new form. So I request each one of you, please prepare all the financials in the new format. The responsibility of the preparation of the financial is not the chartered accountant, it is the client. But for the SME chartered accountant, we have no option to prepare all the financial. So I request each one of you prepare all the financial statement in the new format because it is mandatory from this particular year. Friends, now I come to the main provision of and given to Kelaji to make analysis of the important judgment of the Supreme Court, ITAT and the High Court. Friends, in my last 20 years experience, yes sir. Yes. Yes. I am yes. We have represented before the CBDT chairman, select committee, finance minister, so many authority. Because I myself has represented before the CBDT chairman. Friend, 1,000 appeal is pending before every CIT appeal across the country. They have targeted to dispose the 70 appeals every month. But in my office also, 1,000 appeals pending. But every month I am getting only 10 order, 5 order, very negligible order. Friends, it is problem across the country. The CBDT chairman, all the higher authority, they also know disposal is not coming out. They also came out with the mechanism for the joint commissioner appeals also, but again result has not came. So they are also searching how to weigh out. We have also given the so many opinion to them. If the CIT appeals disposal is not came out with the reasonable time period, you not charge the interest of that particular period. You not mandatory for the 20% deposition of the tax. So many suggestions we have also given, but it the CBDT is the supreme on that particular level. And most important, friends, so many friends are calling me for the extension of the tax audit. Whether tax audit will be extended or not, friends, at the central council level, we have decided from last 5 years that for the ITR extension and the tax audit extension, we will not represent before the CBDT. But particular this year, I also believe that the representation is required. So I will talk with the president. Tomorrow I am Delhi, tomorrow, day after tomorrow, I am Delhi. I will discuss with the president. And if appropriate, we will represent for the tax audit for the date of the extension.
That you will talk to chief income tax, given the addition to presidential given. Why the president is not given opportunity and time term is late also.
Actually, this is the judicial authority. In any judicial authority, sir, across the country, not only for the income tax, GST, FEMA, every act, not only income tax, they can't fix the liability of the time limit on the officers. Not only the income tax, but we are aware, CBDT is also aware, minister is also aware, Nirmala Sitharaman is also aware that disposal are not coming. They are also coming in the way out. So now coming with the main provision of the important judgment of the Supreme Court, friends, in last 20 years of my career, I have seen that 90% addition goes to 4 to 5 section and 10% addition goes to another 10% section. Friends, 90% addition relates to section 68, 69, 69C. In case of the search, 132 applies, then again addition in the section 68, 69, and 10% section addition goes to another section. And most of the litigation would with the section 148. 90% cases, zero cases has been addition. Assessing officer has always thought that. I have argued so many cases. Assessing officer has always thought that this is the 148 section case. इसमें तो मुझे addition करना ही है. Whether you are right or wrong. In the caste cases, some liberties they give, but caste cases only 2% or 3% right now. The scrutiny cases, we are sitting here 100 chartered accountant. In every chartered accountant firm, caste cases scrutiny is not more than 10. But rest of the scrutiny methods is related to 148. In 148 cases, although when any notice comes, what we do? I talk about before 21 and after 21. After 21, any notice comes of the 148, we reply file. The order comes before 148 AD and now 148 A3. Friends, and then we file the return and scrutiny assessment starts. Matter goes to the faceless and end of the year, the order came, we file the. This is the procedure of the 148. But in the 148, friends, whether you have noticed 7 to 8 items, moment any 148 notice comes, friends, whether it is enclosed with the 151 approval or not. Number one thing, whether 151 performer is signed by all the 3 persons, PCID, CCID, and the assessing officer or not. Just you check in your firm, 90% 140, 151 approval is not signed by all the 3 persons. Pardon? No, additional CID has also not signed. In 99% cases, just you see the 151. Additional CID, PCID, CCID, and assisting officer has not signed the 151 approval. Number one. Number two, 158 AD amount, which is income assessment amount, and 151 approval amount, whether this is the same or not. Friends, in 90% cases, this amount is same, but in 10% cases, this amount is different. Whether 151 performer is dated or not. There are 8 parameters of the 148. If you see, friends, your 80% works completed, approval must be dated. Friends, if approval, 151 approval is not dated, your whole notice, whole assessment is bad in law. Approval must be signed Approval is not signed by only one person. Approval must be signed by all the authorities who has given the approval. Friends, the approval must be the reviewing prescribed performer. ये अप्रूवल ऐसा नहीं है कि उसने सिर्फ एक ऑर्डर शीट पे अप्रूवल ले लिया। सीबीडीटी का एक एक्चुअल परफॉर्मा है, ये अप्रूवल उसको उसी परफॉर्मा में लेती है। ऐसा नहीं है कि ये अप्रूवल उसने किसी ऑर्डर शीट पे ले ली, ब्लैंक पेपर पे ले ली। ये अप्रूवल मस्ट बी इन द स्पेसिफिक परफॉर्मा, ये अप्रूवल मस्ट बी द स्पेसिफिक ऑथोरिटी एंड नॉट एनीवन एल्स। If approval must be required for the PCIT and sometime approval has been taken by the PCCIT. Friends, all your notice, 150 notice and all assessment proceeding was to be quashed. Approval must be in the prior report action, not subsequent to the same. Friends, this is very important. Sometime what happened in the last date, assessing officer take the approval because 90% information came from the another authority, either in the investigation wing or any other authority in the ED, CBI. Friends, assessing officer just take a note of that particular information and take the approval from the PCIT and PCCIT, and he has no reason to believe that on how he is taking the approval. Friends, it is very important because 90% cases always quashed by the ITAT and the High Court in this particular ground. Approval must be based on the correct fact and application must be with the due application of mind. Friends, there is one chartered accountant case in the CC Dangi, is a very important case of the Bombay High Court. In 148 AD order has been passed that this chartered accountant firm has taken the bogus invoice from the bogus supplier. He has filed a petition before the Bombay High Court, and Bombay High Court has given cost this particular 148 that how a chartered accountant firm can take the bogus purchase from any supplier. So this is very important. The approval must be the due application of mind, and approval must be supplied to the SSC along with the written notice. It is again very important, friends. Friends, 1/4/2021 के पहले ओल्ड वर्जन में जब 148 आता था, अब क्या करते थे? Notice 148 comes on the 31st March. We file the return against the 148, or we file one letter in response to that 148. My old return must be accepted in this. Then assessing officer give to you region record. You file the objection, assessing officer disposal the objection, and then your scrutiny proceeding has been started. Friends, in the TIA enterprises, the Supreme Court has held that if along with 148, if region recording has not been provided, then assessment is bad enough because the 148 came on the 31st March 2020. The region recording is given by the after March 31st, means after 6 years. If after 6 years you are providing the copy of the region recording, it means whether this region recording is drafted after 31st March or before 31st March, anyone don't know. So whole assessment proceeding is the bad law in the very important judgment of the TIA enterprises. The Supreme Court has given this particular judgment. Friends, after 1/4/2021, lot of litigation has came in the case of the 148. Everyone we know very well. Because of the COVID, the time limit has extended for the 31st June 2021 for issuing the notice 148. Again, so many petitions have been filed before the High Court across the country, except one or two High Court had given the judgment in favor of the SSC that this notice is bearing down. Revenue has filed the SIT before the Supreme Court. In the case of the Ashish Agrawal, very not well known Friends, the Supreme Court has given the judgment that each and every notice issued by the revenue, that all are the valid notice. In the response to the Ashish Agrawal notice judgment, the revenue again has issued a notice of 148 AB. We have given the reply. Again, 148 AB order has been passed, and with 148 AB and scrutiny has been completed on the basis of the Ashish Agrawal case. But after again various writ petition has been filed before the High Court, that again because of the Ashish Agrawal case, whatever case has been again reviewed, that are valid. The very landmark judgment came in case of the Rajiv Bansal. How do you know the case of the Rajiv Bansal? In case of the Rajiv Bansal, the Supreme Court has held he has given some parameters for the 5 years from assessment year 13, 14, 14, 15, 15, 16, 16, 17 and 17, 18. For the assessment year 15, 16, the Supreme Court has held that this case cannot be reopened in any of the case. Again, I am repeating, friends, आशीष अग्रवाल के कारण जो केस reopen किए, Supreme Court has decided in year 15-16 that this particular year assessment year case cannot be reopened. For assessment year 13, 14 and 14, 15, they have given some parameters कि कौन सा केस reopen हो सकता है और कौन सा केस reopen नहीं हो सकता है. Friends, it is very important slide. In the first slide, the extended deadline, जो extended deadline है, 6/2021 को उन्होंने because of the COVID, this time limit has been extended for the 30th June 2021. Notice issued under the old law on 28 June 2021, my second line of the slide. Friends, in between the दो दिन का पीरियड था, 30 June was the last date and 28 June he has issued the notice in the old provision. Again, he has issued the new notice on 31st May 2022. Friends, and the date of the reply was the 7th June 2022. How much days? From 30th June 2021 to 7th June 2021, the time limit excluded for the Rajiv Bansal case. Friends, in the old line, my first set two line, friends, 30 जून 2021 से 28 जून 2021 तक कितने दिन का टाइम लिमिट था? 2 दिन का टाइम लिमिट था. रिप्लाई फाइल करने से जो नया 148 आया, वो कौन सी डेट को आया? 31st May 2021 and date of the reply was 7 June 2021. 7 जून 2022 की डेट थी रिप्लाई फाइल करने की. 2 दिन के अंदर अंदर उसको नोटिस इशू करना था. सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने डिसाइड किया कि 7 दिन से कम टाइम लिमिट है, उसको 7 दिन का एक्सटेंड करेंगे. इट मींस 7 June 2022 to 7 days. 14 June 2022. 14 June 2022 को उसको नया 148 नोटिस इशू करना था. But 90% cases you have seen in your office, friends, in this particular time notice has not been issued. In this particular case, this notice has been issued on last line 27 June 2022. Means all assessment for assessment year 13, 14 and 15 is valid now. If in survival, this time period is called as a survival time period. यदि survival time period में notice issue नहीं किया है, all notices issued under section 148 all are the valid now. Friends, after that Rajiv Bansal case, various high court and all the tribunals following the case of the Rajiv Bansal and our Bombay High Court and Bombay High Court has also given so many decisions in favor of the SSC that this survival time period is not followed by the assessing officer. Each and every assessment order is valid now. Friends, if you see my second slide, if this time period is not appropriate, then notice is the valid notice. Is the first if I discuss in the 2 minutes. Last date of issue of notice was the 30th June 2021, and the notice has been issued in the 6th May 2021. The period of the filing of the in between is 55 days. So the assessing officer has liberty to issue the notice after your reply file under the new notice of 148 AB is 55 days. In this type of the period only, your notice is the valid notice, friends. But 90% cases is notice or in-between notice. This very important slide. Friends, after that, so many judgment has been passed by the ITAT, Delhi High Court, Bombay High Court, and several each and every tribunal and Delhi High Court and Bombay High Court has followed the Rajiv Bansal decision. Friends, in case of the 1516, the Rajiv Bansal case, the Supreme Court has held that notice cannot be issued in any of the case because the extended time in TOLA is not applicable for assessment year 1516. So 1516 cannot be issued in any of the cases. Assessment year 1314 and 1415, just you calculate this surviving time period and just you see whether your notice is appropriate or not. For assessment year 1617 and 1718. Friends, it is again very important for 1617 and 1718. 1617 and 1718, what mistake is done by the assessing officer that in under 148A notice, they have taken the approval from the PCID, Principal Commissioner of Income Tax, and 148AB, again they have taken the permission from the approval from the Principal Commissioner of Income Tax. 148AB, they have been issued before 31st March. 148AB notice and order has been issued after 31st March of the reviewed assessment year. Friends, if you see that after 31st March, more than 3 years has been over, the assessing officer have to be taken the approval from the Principal Commissioner of Income Tax. So assessment is 1617 and 1718. Again, all the notices issued by the revenue, each and every notice is valid law because they have taken the permission from the PCID only to issue the notice under section 148 for the assessment year 1617 and 1718. Friends, now I summarize all the 5 years. 1314 and 1415, the survival time period must be counted. Assessment year 1516, in any of the cases, Tribunal cannot issue the notice under section 148 because of the Ashish Agarwal. In assessment year 1718 and 1617, they have taken mistake of the approval of the PCI and the PCCIT. These 5 years have been taken because a lot of litigation is going on before the CIT and the ITAT and the High Court in the various court of the India. Friends, this is again very important. All the case lodges of the year wise 16, 17 and 17, 18 I have described. For each year I have given the tribunal judgment and the High Court judgment and the following of the Rajiv Bansal case. If 148 notice and our scrutiny notice issued on the any dead person, non-existing companies which is amalgamated with the another company, whether that notice is the right notice or wrong notice, it is very important, friends. Friends, if any company is amalgamated, merged with the another company, if any company is the strike off company, if any person is the dead person, and any notice issued by the department of 148 or any scrutiny notice, whether this notice is the valid notice or non-valid notice, in the dissolution of the LLP partnership firm, whether that notice is the valid notice, if all partners are the died, whether this notice is the valid notice on the partnership firm or not. Friends, in the various High Court, ITAT has been decided that if any notice has been issued by the department on non-existing company, strike of the company, all notices are in the valid law. Some of the cases, friends, in the High Court, they have described that if SSC has not intimated to the department that this particular company has been merged with another company, this particular company has been strike of this particular company has been liquidated. Some of the High Court has that this is the valid notice because department does not know about the amalgamation and the merger. But the Supreme Court in the various cases has held that if any notice has been issued on the non-existing company, strike of the company, friends, this is not a valid notice, and whole assessment is the cost by the ITAT, because in the CIT appeal level, this ground is not adjudicated in the most of the cases. They given in the favor of the revenue, but in the when any legal form comes in the ITAT, friends, ITAT has given so many decisions in the case of this type of the situation. In the PCIT versus Maruti Suzuki India Limited, friends, the Supreme Court has held that if any notice issued on any non-existing company, non-existing firm, this notice is the invalid notice. And then the Supreme Court again in the Sterlite Technology Limited, in various, I have also given the various case law where this judgment has been followed by the another tribunals and the High Court. Friends, is the cross-examination. Cross-examination is the very important tool for not only in the income tax, but in the GST, Benami Act, Black Money Act. What happened in the practical life? Assessing officer always says that this is the accommodation entry, this is the bogus share capital, you have taken the bogus purchase from any another person's, this is the GST Hawala matter, your client has taken the accommodation purchase bills from the another person. Friends, if assessing officer is not providing the cross examination with the another persons, with the alleged person, and only assessing officer is saying that you have taken the accommodation entry from any another person, whether it is right or wrong. Unless and until cross examination is not provided by any authority in any act, friends, cross examination is very good ground for drafting the appeal and argument in the Supreme in the CIT appeal, ITAT, High Court, and the Supreme Court. Various case laws came that when assessing officer is not providing cross examination with another person, sometimes the assessing officer always says that जिससे आपने अनसिक्योर्ड लोन लिया है उसको आप लेकर आ जाइए. फ्रेंड्स, whether you under you have any authority, मैं कल कैलाश कटोरकर जी को बोलूंगा कि आपको इनकम टैक्स में चलना है, whether कैलाश कटोरकर जी come with me? No. And if any someone will come with the Kailash Katurka ji, then automatically Kailash Katurka ji will go to the income tax. Friends, authority is vested with the income tax department, not with the us. मैं किसी पर्सन को इनकम टैक्स में, जीएसटी में, बेनामी में कहीं में लेके नहीं जा सकता हूँ. He will not come with the instruction of me. He will come only after he will receive any summon from the department. So at the time of assessment proceeding, friends, sometime we not demand the cross examination with the assessing officer. Sometime the tribunal has held that you have not demanded the cross examination at the time of the assessment proceeding. So this ground is not valid ground. So what I request you, friends, in the practical life, sometime some legal counselor has afraid that यदि मैंने क्रॉस एग्जामिनेशन मांग लिया तो क्या होगा. इफ क्रॉस एग्जामिनेशन इनकम टैक्स ऑफिसर ने मुझे दे दिया तो क्या होगा. फ्रेंड्स, इन दैट पर्टिकुलर सिचुएशन, when you receive the so cause notice, because after so cause notice the assessing officer has only 14 days or 20 days to draft the assessment order. In that particular time, you write the assessing officer, please provide the cross examination with the particular person, because before show cause notice you also don't know कि addition हो रहा है या नहीं हो रहा है. So after show cause notice, you demand the cross examination with the assessing officer. It will helpful in the ITAT, High Court, and the subsequent proceeding, the CIT will also, when cross examination is not provided by the assessing officer. Otherwise, sometime this ground will be rejected, and sometime they will again remand back to the assessing officer, kindly provide the cross examination. to this particular person with the particular person. But the cross examination is very important ground to win any appeal before the tribunal, Supreme Court. Yes, sir. Sir, person does not appear. It is not responsibility of you. Yes, then you cannot do anything. Then
When the charge is not proved, then addition cannot be done.
yes, yes, yes. But assessing officer will do add the whole amount. CIT appeal again sustained, but in the tribunal and the high court, you will get all these are the legal ground. What happened in the practical life? What happened, friends? आप मेरिट पे हमेशा वीक हो. मेरिट पे जो एडिशन है उसमें 90% केसेस में आप वीक हो. ओनली 10% केसेस में मेरिट पे आप सस्टेन करते हो. बट लीगल ग्राउंड ऑलवेज you will win that particular case. Legal ground में आप हमेशा, because legal ground तो एक बार जो हो गया वो हो गया. Sometime the assessing officer not disposal the 148, sorry, your objection. So he has not disposal. Sometime he has disposal in the within the 4 weeks before passing the assessment order. In legal ground you are strong. Sometime merit again we are strong. Yes, sir.
Complainant अगर the affidavit file करता है, cross examination से valid, demand से
Complainer only filed the affidavit and not come for the cross examination.
Yes.
No, cross examination is that time is not valid.
that's there is nothing but the statement.
No, sir. So, only affidavit. You also file the same affidavit.
Same.
When complainer is filing the statement, you also file the statement. Yes. So how it is for
Not you tell it.
unless and until that person is not come, cross examination is not provided. Affidavit कौन फाइल करता है? एफिडेविट वो आदमी फाइल करता है जो उस प्रोसीडिंग से छुपना चाहता है, जो आना नहीं चाहता है. हाँ जी.
भाई भाई होंगे तो कैसे आए सर?
That is all the, but in the eyes of the law there is no bhai, there is no ban. Eyes in the law is law. What we chartered accountant की क्या प्रॉब्लम है? चार्टेड अकाउंटेंट की और लॉयर में एक ही अलग अलग चीज है. चार्टेड अकाउंटेंट की ये प्रॉब्लम है, जब भी आपके पास में कोई केस आता है, अपने पास में कोई भी केस आता है, व्हाट वी से ये तो नहीं होगा, बिकॉज ये आप बहुत वीक हो.
टेंशन ज्यादा है.
यस, बट व्हाट लॉयर क्या बोलता है? आप 1 लाख रुपए पहले दीजिए, फिर सब होगा, सब देखेंगे. एंड बिलीव मी सर, आप एक असेसमेंट ऑर्डर को 5 बार पढ़िए, एक सीआईटी अपील के ऑर्डर को आप 5 बार पढ़िए, कुछ ना कुछ आपका सॉल्यूशन उसमें से निकल जाएगा. बट व्हाट हैपन, अपन एक बार भी उस असेसमेंट ऑर्डर को ढंग से नहीं पढ़ते. दिस इज द मेजर प्रॉब्लम. मोमेंट एनी एडिशन इज केम, क्या करना है? चलो विष्णु अग्रवाल के पास चलते हैं, के गोपाल जी के पास चलते हैं. वो के गोपाल एंड विष्णु अग्रवाल हैविंग 500 केसेज इन हिज ऑफिस, राइट? यू हैव ओनली 1 केस. सो जितना नॉलेज आपको है उतना नॉलेज विष्णु अग्रवाल को नहीं हो सकता. So you know each and everything of that particular case, and just believe me, आप उसमें प्रिपरेशन कीजिए. अभी तो चैट जीपीटी में सब चीज अवेलेबल है. ग्राउंड्स चैट जीपीटी से आप बना के लीजिए, and then you filter out with your mind, friends. 80% ready-made things will come with you. Friends,
तो सब ग्राउंड बोर्ड लेके लिख के ऑफिस में क्यों नहीं डालते हैं? ये शिकायत है लॉयर्स की.
yes, बिल्कुल है सर.
नहीं लेते तो हमको दिक्कत आती है. We cannot dispute points there.
Yes. Sir, हाँ जी.
When the order of show cause came, the department said that, you have taken the loan, you have taken bogus loan. I mean, there was a search at one of the parties. So there the names were of various assessing had come. So the department said that, this आपके SSC has taken the loan. And in the final order, the department said, no, the SSC has given the loan. So,
Sir,
show cause.
yes. Sir, what happened? This very good point. It's 148 AD order also, 148 A3 order also. If you see, in 1 or 2 cases, I have argued that